From a Chinese medicine perspective, our hair is actually a direct reflection of our qi and blood. It's a direct extension of our qi and blood. Today, we are going to be talking about the best tips and tricks when it comes to having really beautiful, long, strong, healthy hair. Hello, beautiful family, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Sarah. I am a naturopathic doctor and an East Asian medicine practitioner, and I really work in the mind, body, and mental emotional realm to help support people with chronic disease and dysregulation, chronic illnesses like autoimmune disease, mast cell activation, fibromyalgia, chronic digestive distress, and mental illness to really support them out of these diseases and dysregulation and into freedom and liberation, not only in their bodies, but also in their lives. I am so passionate about mind-body medicine, but I am also incredibly passionate about harnessing the power of nature in the name of beauty. I have worked in alternative medicine, supplements, and natural beauty since I was 19 years old, and I'm a huge nerd about it. So I'm going to be diving into how to support and nourish your hair from the inside out, because it's not all of the expensive shampoos and treatments and all of the things that we put on our hair, it's not actually going to get to the true roots of why our hair might be unhealthy, why it might not be growing at the length that we want it to, or the rate that we want it to, or why it's not thick and healthy and strong like we want it to. So, like I said, I'm such a huge nerd about mind-body medicine, but also it's like, yes, we should heal. Like, yes, let's heal our bodies, but like also let's be beautiful while we're doing it. You know, it's like we deserve that. And so I'm really excited to share all of my little tips and tricks with you. I really find that looking at how to support and nourish our hair from the inside out does so well looking through a Chinese medicine lens. So from a Chinese medicine perspective, our hair is actually a direct reflection of our qi and blood. It's a direct extension of our qi and blood. When we're thinking about how to get really strong, long, beautiful, healthy hair, we have to think about what goes into creating our qi and blood. One of the biggest organ systems, the zong organs that are included in the creation of qi and blood, is our spleen. From a Chinese medicine perspective, our spleen is actually responsible for taking all of our nourishment, all of our nutrients, all of the food that we take in from the outside world, and actually making qi and blood and body fluids out of it. So this is the most important organ when it comes to really strong, healthy hair. And so what are things that are good for the spleen? What are things that damage the spleen? The spleen is actually damaged by eating a lot of cold, raw, and iced foods and drinks. So think of things that are cold and raw, like smoothies, salads, iced things like this. So we want to minimize or avoid those foods. And then on the opposite end of that, we want to think about actually warming up the spleen. And so the spleen does really well being warm and dry. So things that are going to be really nourishing and supportive for our spleen qi are going to be warm and cooked foods. So just thinking everything warm and cooked, that's going to be the best medicine for the spleen to actually create the qi and blood that makes our hair really beautiful and really healthy and gorgeous. And in Chinese medicine, each zong organ is correlated with a different element and with a different emotion. And so the spleen is actually correlated with the element of earth and the emotion of worry. Things that are really going to deplete our spleen further emotionally, energetically, are going to be working too much. Overworking directly damages the spleen, and also over worrying. So if you worry all of the time, if you lay awake at night and you're ruminating over things, it's kind of that same energy of like not being able to digest, like you're just thinking and thinking and thinking and nothing's actually getting digested. That's the energy of a spleen that's deficient, that is not getting what it needs. And so outside of these beautiful, warm, gorgeous foods that we can eat to really nourish the spleen, we can also think about things that are going to help us with worrying and things that are going to help us with that ruminating mind. So that could be qigong, meditation, journaling is amazing, because if we're just chewing on all of these thoughts and they're not going anywhere, talk therapy, talking to a friend, getting those things out of us and somewhere else is very, very valuable for the spleen. And as I mentioned, when we're thinking about the spleen building blood, there's also foods and things that we can do that are directly going to gift our body the building blocks for blood. So outside of cooked and warm foods, that would also include protein-rich foods like organ meats, grass-fed meat, eggs, also green leafy vegetables, beans, legumes, seeds, seaweed, seafood. All of these are going to be really amazing at actually building our blood. And another organ that we would want to look at when it comes to supporting really beautiful, healthy hair also is the liver. So our hair is actually a direct reflection of our liver blood, our nails as well. And so we really want to be able to take care of our livers. And liver qi stagnation, having stagnation in the liver, is one of the most common patterns seen in the Western world because our liver is damaged by overeating, eating lots of greasy, fried, processed foods, too many stimulants like caffeine, nicotine, alcohol. Basically anything that we put in our body, our livers have to process. And that also includes emotions. People would always ask me, what is the best thing that I can do for my liver? And I always say, allowing the free flow of emotions. That is the best thing that you can do for your liver, because our liver not only has to process all of the constituents, right, of like stress. So we're stressed and then we're pumping out cortisol and adrenaline and all of these hormones in response to that. Our liver has to process all of that. But also on an energetic level, from a Chinese medicine perspective, our liver also has to process all of those emotions too. The best gift that you could give your liver outside of really being mindful of your diet is allowing for the free flow of emotions, especially anger, because anger and resentment are the emotions of the liver. So really crafting out spaces for yourself to outlet any emotions that you might be holding. The most amazing supplements that you can do for and take for your hair are going to be, first off, MSM. MSM is an organosulfur that helps to give the building blocks to our collagen, our elastin, and our keratin. So that's going to help our skin, our nails, and our hair. I swear by MSM. I have been taking it since I was 19 years old, and I used to have really thin, fine hair. It runs in my family. My mom and my sisters all have really fine hair, and it has totally transformed my hair. I swear by MSM, and it's super cheap as well. So I'll leave a link to my favorite products below. And then other supplements that I swear by when it comes to supporting really beautiful, healthy, long, strong hair are going to be bovine organs. So there's two that I swear by. One of them is living collagen. So it actually is a blend of a few different organs. And that's going to obviously support the structure of the hair. And also that's also going to have crossover with the skin as well. And then the second one is actually bovine placenta. So placenta, if we think about it, it is a hub of qi and blood. When we're thinking that the hair is an extension of qi and blood, like, oh my goodness, it makes so much sense that we would take a supplement that's going to deliver us directly qi and blood. That is an incredible supplement. And those two, I have noticed such a big difference with my hair. So those are my 3 pro tips. I have seen the craziest transformations in my clients when taking these supplements when it comes to the hair. I highly recommend them. If you have tried any of these, please let me know in the comments. I truly stand by nourishing our hair, skin, and nails from the inside out instead of slathering a bunch of expensive chemicals onto our bodies, because it doesn't work. We need to nourish and nurture the places where these things are made, where they're born. And if you liked this video, then I know you will love this one as well. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Until next time.